Ben Bullion. Count the pennies. Pretty easy. Big Rocking Dan, Ben Bullion. So they're at the start here for trial number 2, scratching of number 1. Number 4 in this trial is Pretty Easy, and Chris Alford driving number 3, Big Rocking Dan, in this second trial over the 2,080 metres, trial number 2. Mobile getting into position here for trial number 2, 2,080 metres is the distance, field of 4 to run. And they're about to come up for a start. Mobile starts the roll, 2,080 metres here for trial number 2. Field of 4 to run. Ben Bullion with Big Rocking Dan, Pretty Easy, and Count the Pennies make up the field. For trial number 2 today, 2,080 metres is the distance. Mobile swinging around the home bend, close to a start. Trial 2, they're set. And there goes the green light. They're off and racing. Big Rockin' Dan, and also showing good speed out of the gate, is Pretty Easy. Coming towards the winning post the first time. It's Pretty Easy in front leading. Up to in second placing, Count the Pennies. Then followed by in third placing, Big Rockin' Dan, and Ben Bullion is at the tail of the field. 1,800 metres left to go. So we're making the way towards the back straight for the first time. And Steve Austin has Pretty Easy in front. Leads by 4 metres. To in second placing behind the leaders back is Count the Pennies. About 15 metres away in third placing in the field to Big Rockin' Dan, and Ben Bullion is last of the 4 runners. So the field of 4 race in single file, and about 12 metres covering from first to last. The lead time in 34.3 as they work their way off the back straight for the first time. Pretty easy in front. Leads by 3 metres to Count the Pennies in second position behind the leaders back. 3 back on the market pegs in third placing Big Rockin' Dan, and Ben Bullion is last of the 4 runners. So no changes in play. Coming down the straight, first quarter of the last mile in 32.6, and it's pretty easy in front. It's 3 to 4 metres clear from in second placing Count the Pennies. 6 metres away to Big Rockin' Dan, and Ben Bullion is at the tail of the field. So no changes in play. They're working out of the straight into the final circuit. They've got 850 metres left to go, and it's pretty easy in front. It's 3 metres clear. Count the Pennies in second position. 3 back the market pegs, third placing Big Rockin' Dan, and last of the 4 runners is Ben Bullion. Second quarter of the last mile in 32.3, so 64.9 first half of the last mile, as now the move starts to come. It's pretty easy in front. Coming off the leaders back in second placing Count the Pennies. 6 metres away, third placing, 1 out, 1 back, Big Rockin' Dan, and last of all Ben Bullion on the market pegs. There's only about 6 metres from first to last, working the way off the back straight, third quarter in 29.1. It's pretty easy from Count the Pennies, about to come out 3 carts wide, Big Rockin' Dan, and same in ground the market pegs is Ben Bullion as they enter the straight. Pretty easy in front. Back on the Mark Gurry and Associates sprint lane, Ben Bullion, and wider on the track is Big Rockin' Dan. Ben Bullion and Big Rockin' down the outside. It's Ben Bullion on the Mark Gurry and Associates sprint lane, gets up the win for James Herbertson. Second placing Big Rockin' Dan, pretty easy third, and last of the 4 runners at the tail of field. The last quarter in 29.1, 29.2, and the mile rate of 21.8 after trial number 2. The winner, number 2, Ben Bullion. Second placing to number 3, Big Rockin' Dan. And third placing to number 5, Count the Pennies, ahead of number 4, Pretty Easy. It's 2, 3, 5 and 4. 2, 3, 5 and 4. Gross time 2:37.5. Mile rate 21.8. Lead time 34.3. Quarters 32.6, 32.3, 29.1 and 29.2. The last mile in 23.2. Last half in 58.3, 5.5 metres by 7. Times the margins after trial number 2. What was the other margin? Can you get that? Sorry. Hey? Wasn't quite. Ask Barry. Yeah. 5.5. What was the margins again? Can you still repeat it there? 5.5. Yeah. No, yes? Yep, yep.